Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Next week, this will be my site for virtual tonight. Reality next week for the 53rd Snowball Derby. This evening, we're at the virtual iRacing Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida for the Outlaw eSports 200. It is the Outlaw Super Late Model Series. We're ready to rock and roll. Our coverage presented by LSR TV and Swag. Happy Thanksgiving Eve to you, or Happy Turkey Murder Day Eve. I'm Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is Greg Rentz, and the Turkey Man is Charles. Oh my goodness. Charles Wooten is the Turkey Man, aka, yeah, I'm lost. Save me, Greg, save me.
But we are going to have a blast here tonight. 200 laps at Five Flags Speedway. This is the virtual version of the Snowball Derby for the Outlaw Winter Frost Tour. This is race number 3 on the season. A doubleheader here last week at Nashville was races 2 and 3, but for this series, it's the big race at Five Flags Speedway, Pensacola, Florida, a half mile in length, 200 laps the distance here tonight. And Wesley, there are some heavy hitters in this one.
Yeah, right, you are. Some big names like Robbie Keneally, Parker Retzlaff, and so many others ready to go here to try to take their shot at the virtual Snowball Trophy. Again, Five Flags Speedway here in Pensacola tonight for the Outlaw eSports Super Late Model Series as these drivers get into place, getting ready to go. They got about under 2 minutes remaining in practice. Five Flags Speedway, half a mile, such a unique track. This should be an awesome race here tonight, Greg. What a great way to cap off the day before Thanksgiving.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this one. Then this was kind of last minute for us, Wesley. We found out that we were covering this race about 3 hours ago, and we're coming in and we were just so excited to see all the great drivers in the field for this one. This is going to be an epic one here tonight for 200 laps. Heat races up first. No qualifying tonight. Our starting lineup will be set by heat race times. The lineups for the heat races are set by practice times, which are going on right now. They're just about wrapping up.
That's exactly right. There's about 1 minute remaining before heat races begin, and then they'll battle for 200 laps. We'll take a quick break. Happy Thanksgiving to you, to everybody from CRN Sports, LSR TV, from the Turkey Band, Greg and Wesley. We'll be back with more from Five Flags Speedway in a moment.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Welcome back to coverage of the Outlaw eSports Super Late Model Series, the virtual Snowball Derby, the Turkey Derby tonight, 200 laps for the Super Late Models. But first, it is time for the drivers to get lined up, ready to go for heat race number 1. Let's give you your starting lineup. Looks like it's going to be the number 94 of Locke. He'll be the man that will drop him on the green flag for the start of heat race number 1. The 94 machine. SDK is not working.
Philip Locke.
Help me, Greg, help me.
Yeah, Philip Locke going to roll off on the pole in this one with Brandon Hughes to his outside. You've got Parker Retzlaff, Pretzel in the field tonight. He rolls off in the 3rd spot. Curtis Critchley, the winner at Darlington in the season opener for this series, rolls off in 4th. Peyton Howell into number 11. The Baby Shark back on LSR TV here tonight with Blake Neer rolling off in the 6th spot. Sam King, teammate to Parker Retzlaff, and Pete Bellini round out this 8-car heat race.
All right, so there you go. There's the lineup. And we will get this started. Ready for heat race number 1. Everybody will transfer in. What do we got? 3 heat races tonight? 4?
Looks like 3 heat races are going to have cars. We had 4 scheduled, but with the car count that we got, we're able to get it all in 3. These first 2 are going to have 8 cars. The final one will have 7.
So 8, 8, and 7 of a 23-car field. And 23 is enough to have here around Five Flags Speedway. Ready for the Snowball Derby, the world's most biggest short track race in America. Next week, the 53rd running, the Snowflake as well. But this is the preliminary action as Locke and Hughes are on the front row. Slav, Critchley, Howell in the top 5. Pace Truck is in. Greg Rentz, we are green flag here at Virtual Pensacola, heat number 1. Happy Thanksgiving.
8 laps to distance. This is going to click by very, very quickly. Philip Locke out to the early lead in the number 94, but Red Sox following suit on the inside. Gets a run. Here comes Peyton Howell trying to go 3 wide up the middle. Doesn't always work. Looks like it's going to, at least for now. Flashbulbs going off. 3 wide for the lead off of turn 4.
Opening lap, it's going to be Locke down in front. They're going to stick it 3 wide again, and that will continue into turn number 1 and 2. Locke is the man in the middle. The clown to the left of me. Joker's to the right. He got slung like a rag doll up the racetrack, dirt tracking it for a minute, and he just got bypassed, and then he gets turned. Hooks up with the 54 of Locke, and now
Caution is out.
Oh, no.
Caution is out. Locke went around. Bellini involved as well.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. Oh, no. What happened here, Greg?
Take a look at the swag replay. This is going off into turn number 1, the lap before. You see Retzlaff clear, but it all starts right there. Some contact between Neer and Pellini. Meanwhile, the 14 of Neer makes a great save, but right there, they get together, Critchley and Locke, and unfortunately, Pellini was right there and got caught up as the innocent bystander.
Pete Bellini, a former Fall Brawl champion on Friday nights that used to be covered on LSR TV and CRN Sports. Oh, man. And, you know, we watched what happened with the 94 of Locke, and honestly, you know, he comes so close, Greg, to spinning out Philip Locke several laps, and he saved the car. I mean, he literally should have crashed in turn 2, and it wasn't until the following lap when he finally lost control.
Yeah, that was a great job by Locke to fight that thing throughout that entirety of the race. But we have a caution here. Parker Retzlaff leading the way. Sam King in the number 27. And I believe, Wesley, that this will set up a green-white checkered here for this first heat race.
A green-white checker coming up for heat number 1. That's correct. That's right. Yep.
If what I'm seeing is correct here. Retzlaff leads. Sam King is teammate in second. Teammates at Rapid. Brandon Hughes, Blake Neer, Peyton Howell, your top 5. Then the 3 drivers that were caught up in that incident: Philip Locke, Pete Pellini, Curtis Critchley. Wesley, how about this field of cars in this race here tonight as they begin to stack up 2 by 2, preparing for this green-white checkered? It has been a spectacular night here at Five Flags. We've got some of the best super late model drivers on iRacing here in this one, and actually, from the looks of it, unless the lights go out of the pace truck this time by, there it is. The official word is now in. It will be a green white checkered. Did not look like it for a split second.
But now it looks like they've increased a lap on the board for sure. Yep, it'll be lap number 9 now. 9 laps the distance, 7 of 9. Green white checker. And I think they're going to have one attempt. First of two attempts. First of two attempts
at a green white checkered all night. That goes through all 3 heat races and the 200 lap main event.
All right,
and the pace
here
truck
they
is
come.
in.
Parker Retzlaff, Rhinelander, Wisconsin, ready to bring them back to green here in Pensacola.
Look at Blake Neer getting a run on the outside there of Brandon Hughes to get the 3rd spot as Retzlaff tries to pull away from Sam King. He will get up front. Parker Retzlaff, the 42, coming to see the white flag this time by CRN. 1 to go for the heat race number 1 here.
And And into turn number 1 and 2 for the final time, Parker Retzlaff holds his line down the back straightaway. No harm, no foul, no competition. As Sam King and Blake Neer will settle for 2 and 3. Here he comes out of turn 4, checkered flag. And Rhinelander, Wisconsin, Parker Retzlaff will win heat race number 1. So that's heat number 1. We'll get ready for heat number 2. There's the results. Parker Retzlaff, Sam King, Blake Neer, Peyton Howell, Brandon Hughes, Pete Pelini, Curtis Critchley, Philip Locke. The rundown of heat race number 1. Greg, we're getting ready for heat race number 2. Why don't you introduce somebody? I'll step away real quickly.
Bladen Edwards going to start on the pole of heat race number 2 in the number 72. Tyler DeVanzo to the outside of him in the number 97. Alex McCollum, another one of those drivers who is up near the top of the iRacing ranks in super late monologue. Boise, Idaho's Dan Lowther representing the Northwest Tour tonight in the number 63 for In Front Motorsports. He starts in fourth. Fifth will go to Brandon Houck in the number 53. He's a winner on the series in the past, with Ron Hart in sixth. Final 2 in this heat race will be Cam Davidson in the number 17 and Lee Morgan shotgun on the field in car number 43. It begins to roll for heat race number 2 on the night. 2 of 3. This one going to be 8 cars, 8 laps. And the third and final heat race on the evening will be 7 cars, 8 laps before we move on to tonight's 200 lap race. Brandon Houck in the number 53 was the winner last week at Nashville Superspeedway. Nashville Fairgrounds, excuse me. At number 53, I said Curtis Critchley was the winner of Darlington. That was actually Andrew Navarro, who is in heat race number 3, who got the win in that one. Critchley had a lot of speed in that race and came home in third, but it was Andrew Navarro getting the win at Darlington. Streamed on another channel. Bladen Edwards going to roll off into number 72. Tyler DeVanzo is outside, going to come up, take the green flag. Heat race number 2 is underway. We're setting the grid. One heat race at a time. We go green in this one. Edwards out to an early lead in the number 72. Side by side for second between McCollum and DeVanzo. Scratch that. DeVanzo able to get down in front of McCollum, who slides up the track. He's going to slide up and allow third place to get by, as look at this. DeVanzo is going to get to the inside of Edwards to take the lead, and Ron Hart was able to follow Brandon Houck through, and suddenly the number 9 of McCollum has fallen back to 5th. Dan Lowther riding back. He's mainly out here just getting some track time for the Northwest Tour Snowball Derby, which comes up here in a week and a half on Sunday to December 6th, the night of the real Snowball Derby. And Lowther having some issues. He nosed into the wall in that number 63. Goes around, no caution, but he's able to continue on. He's our in-race reporter tonight, so we'll be sure to try to catch up with him at some point, see what happened there as Edwards tries to pull away. Houck to the inside for second. Winner at the big track at the Nashville Fairgrounds. They did a double header last week in Nashville with 2 races, one on the big track, one on the little track. Garrett Maines picked up the win in the other one. Get halfway in this one. Bladen Edwards leads. Brandon Houck second. DeVanzo, Hart, McCollum, your top 5.
And right now, it is still Bladen Edwards, the pride out of Pensacola, Florida, leading the way in that number 72 machine. Hawk sits in second. Diviziano sitting in third of that 97 machine as we watch these drivers. Alex McCollum in the back, mid-pack in heat number 2. That's kind of abnormal for him.
Column just kind of riding it out right now, Wesley. He got shuffled on that initial spot, and boy, drivers who are competing in the night are chirping with each other right now in race chat, chirping with each other as the white flag's going to come out here for Bladen Edwards. 1 up to go over Houck, DeVanzo, Hart, McCollum, and Davidson all up there.
Down the back straightaway. Yes, sir. Look at that. Team LSR TV entry. Beautiful. Number 72, Chevrolet. Edwards will take heat race number 2.
Over Houck, DeVanzo, Hart, and McCollum, your top 5. Davidson, Morgan, and Lowther had those issues there to finish out this one. He takes the checker flag, and good news for him is he will be able to get the backup car out, and we will be ready to go for the 200 lap main event. Here's your unofficial results brought to you by sawblade.com.
And there you go. You see the results right there posted. And looks like, again, Bladen Edwards, Brandon Hawk, Tyler DiVaziano, Ron Hart, Alex McCollum struggles here. That's very abnormal for him and the rest of the run down there in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3 coming up, and it'll be another 8 laps. Final heat race to set the field for the race. Bradley Wilson will be on the pole in the number 151. To his outside, it's going to be Andrew Navarro in the number 2 machine, row number 1.
Now, Garrett Maines is going to be on the outside pole. He just got the number 1 car fired, so he is going to make it out there. The Dominator, the Terminator that we gave him the nickname, covering super late models here in the past. Andrew Navarro, the Darlington winner, will be 3rd in this one, alongside Dalton Collins, a former super late model champion, officially in the iRacing servers, the official series that runs every 2 hours. Dalton Collins, the official champion of that in the past. Derek Fulton, kind of the driver throwing it all together here for the Outlaw eSports series, the Winterfrost Tour. He will start with Robbie Keneally to his outside in the number 01, representing Reaper Speed Labs. Billy Gregg in a start shotgun on the field.
And that will be our starting lineup for heat race number 3. Hey, joining us is our in-race reporter tonight, the driver, the number 63, one of the friends of the Northwest with the Trucks in the Cup series. Dan Lowther will be joining us from time to time. Dan, we got one to go here at Five Flags. What's your take of the race so far tonight, buddy? And happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, it's my first race with this league. I've been running the Northwest Super Late Model Series and wanted to jump in with the Outlaw boys and see what it was like and tune up for next week. But not too good for me so far. I'm still struggling with the fixed setup on this car, but hopefully it'll improve throughout the night.
And definitely this will give you an opportunity to get ready for Five Flags next week for the iRacing Northwest Tour.
Yeah, for sure. That was one of the main reasons I jumped in, you know, and I know this league has a lot of followers and a lot of good drivers, so I figured it'd be something that would help me improve for that race for the Northwest Tour.
All right, he'll be our in-race reporter. We'll check in on from time to time. Of course, that is Mr. Dan Lowther. As the green flag goes in the air, we're underway now. Greg, heat number 3, final heat race underway.
Back underway here in this one. Garrett Maines leads the first lap. Wilson, Collins, Navarro, and Keneally, your top 5 right now as they try to settle it down. Garrett Maines trying to pull away Wilson and Collins 2nd and 3rd as here comes Maines in the number 1. Lead lap number 2. Battle for 2nd as Collins gets to the inside of Wilson.
We watch that battle again with Maines out in front. There you see the Elliott Sadler eSports entry number 1. A Ford, recently switched over to a Ford, and he's also ran the Toyota a couple of times as well in the truck, but he's in the Ford car right now. That Ford Mustang leads the way. Collins in 2nd, Navarro, Andrew Navarro, sitting in that 3rd position, the number 2. There he is. Laps ticking away. We're halfway next time by.
Maines trying to click him away. We are halfway this time. That was the halfway point. Maines and Collins. This is a battle that some super late model fans here of the iRacing world have been clamoring to see for a while. Maines and Collins battling it out for the first time on LSR TV. And Garrett Maines with a 2/10 second lead right now over Dalton Collins. Keneally has worked his way up to 3rd in the 01. Andrew Navarro right there as well. Behind him in the 2, Navarro, again, the Darlington winner of the Lest We Forget 150, the season opener for the series. Garrett Maines, a win at the Nashville Mini on this circuit earlier this year.
That's right. And while that goes on, it's 2 remaining for Garrett Maines. Here he comes out of turn 4, Five Flags Speedway. CRN 1 to go here in the heat race action of number 3. And it's going to be Garrett Maines down the back stretch. Greg, final time. He's coming to the checker.
Big run, though, from Dalton Collins. Ooh, something may have gone wrong on the number 1, but Collins is going to get the worst of it. Maines gets the win. And at the line, Collins just barely over. Robbie Keneally holds on for the 2nd spot.
So there you go. There's the end of the results of heat race number 3. Garrett Maines picking up the win. Dalton Collins 2nd. Robbie Keneally 3rd. Andrew Navarro, Bradley Wilson, Derek Fulton, Billy Gray. So for those that are viewers on Facebook or YouTube, I just want to poll the audience on this Thanksgiving Eve. First off, I want to know what's your favorite food for Thanksgiving to eat during the holidays. And secondly, This is a two-part question. Do you like qualifying or heat races? Do you like them better? Do you like seeing qualifying or heat races? There you go. So heat races are in the books. There's going to be a quick 5-minute warm-up session, and we'll get ready to go feature racing for 200 laps around Five Flags Speedway. And Greg, I'm just antsy, buddy, because I know next Monday I'm on the plane flying down to Pensacola, and this will be the real sights and sounds of the 53rd Snowball Derby next weekend.
Looking forward to tonight's race and looking forward to being able to watch along with the Snowball Derby this year. But is not the only race at Five Flags coming up here in LSR TV here for the next week, because we got the Northwest Tour Snowball Derby coming up the night of the real Snowball Derby, Sunday, December 6th. Just about the time that race is going checkered, we'll be getting ready for our night. But
no, that race better be checkered before we go live at 10:30 at night.
But there's something else in the works. Can't talk about it yet because we're still negotiating everything, but there's a little something extra from the Northwest in the works coming from Five Flags. Not official yet, so stay tuned, but we hope we're going to have a little bit more late model racing here at Five Flags next weekend.
Well, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get ready for 200 laps at Five Flags Speedway. Coverage on CRN Sports LSR TV. Happy Turkey Murder Day Eve to you. We'll have more coverage of the Outlaw eSports Super Late Models when we return.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland of CRN Sports, one of the co-founders. I'm also one of the announcers on Live Sim Racing, LSR TV. We've recently partnered with LiveSimRacing.com to become the official radio partner of all of the esports events. What is CRN? Well, first off, we're going to be covering esports like it's never been done before with our MRN, PRN type radio atmosphere like you experience with NASCAR. In addition to that, we will cover the Northwest Trucking Cup Series, the Northwest Tour, and of course special events and sanctions like swag and special events like 6 Hours at Daytona and so much more. It's very simple to check out the racing action, whether on LSR TV, on Facebook and YouTube, or by listening. And that's how I want to help you real quickly. Go up simply to the website, wearecrn.com, wearecrn.com. Click play, and you are set. It's that simple. We're excited to be the voice of Live Sim Racing. We are CRN. Follow us at crn.com.
Back from the virtual Five Flags Speedway, the home of the Snowball Derby in Pensacola, virtually on iRacing. We're ready for coverage of the Outlaw eSports Super Late Model Series on this Wednesday night. LSR TV, CRN Sports. Happy Thanksgiving Eve to you. And Greg, what a fitting thing, man, because, you know, we're going to be doing this. Taking off this week, maybe some of next week as well, because we got that week 13 update for iRacing. But man, I'll tell you what, a lot of people are excited about the new updates. Got some new tracks coming along, and of course the announcement this afternoon of the big block modifieds and the 358 modifieds coming to iRacing.
Oh, I know we at LSR TV are excited about that one coming up here, Wesley. Talking, of course, about the big block mods, because There's some stuff in the works here on LSR TV for the big block mods as well coming up in this one. We'll have to talk about that if we get an opportunity with a caution, because Wesley, they're gridding up for the start of this 200-lap super late model race.
A starting lineup presented by ComServe Wireless. So let's give you your starting lineup on the pole. Dalton Collins in the 95. He's on the pole by virtue of being the Heat 1 winner and the redraw. He will be ready to go. Parker Retzlaff, by the way, won Heat race number 1, but there was a redraw here. So Dalton Collins again on the pole to the outside. Brandon Hawk in the 53. He'll make up row number 1. Row number 2 will find Sam King in the number 27. And Heat 3 winner, number 1, Garrett Maines from Powelton, Virginia. He'll start on the outside of row 2.
You'll find Bladen Edwards, Heat 2 winner in the number 72, alongside Parker Retzlaff, the Heat 1 winner in car number 42. Blake Neer and Tyler DeVanzo going to roll off 7th and 8th.
Yeah, they did a invert there. Row number 5, Robbie Keneally and Peyton Howell. Row number 5. Row number 6 is going to find the drivers of 87, Ron Hart. Andrew Navarro in the number 2. Row number 7, real quickly, we'll find the driver of Brandon Hughes to his outside. Alex McCollum from New Jersey, the number 9.
And find Bradley Wilson starting 15th in the 151 with Pete Polini in the 51 to his outside, track record holder at Bristol. Cam Davidson in the number 17 starts position number 17, and the guy who threw this all together, Derek Fulton, going to roll off in 18th in car number 7. Curtis Critchley and Lee Morgan make up the top 20.
And the rest of the rundown of the 23 starters in row number 11 includes Bill Gray in the 011, followed by Philip Locke in 94. Problems for him in heat number 1. And Dan Lowther, our in-race reporter, will tag the back in the feature. So there's your lineup. 200 laps on this happy Thanksgiving Eve Wednesday night to you. The pace truck is in. Pensacola virtually ready to roar to life. The Supers, green flag. We're underway here at Five Flags Speedway.
One car pushes up the track in this one. That's Alex McCollum, I believe, into number 9, falling to the back in a hurry. He's going to be inclined to just ride it out in the back here to start this one off. Pushes again into number 9. We got one car up in the wall. Looked to be one of those cars from the first race. May have been Brandon Hughes in the number 111. Had some issues as we're already 2 laps in. Dalton Collins is leading the way right now. Battle for third between Retzlaff and Maines. This is a battle we've been waiting to see on LSR TV. We've got it here. They're battling for third in the early stages.
Boy, we've been waiting to see this one for a while, haven't we? The battle of the best of the best of iRacing. Going at it, Parker Retzlaff, Rhinelander, Wisconsin. And then you have the driver from Powelton, Virginia, of Garrett Maines, battling. And right now, Retzlaff taking it to Maines for that spot. Up the racetrack goes King. He'll scamper up on the outside lane. They're going to try to go 3 wide. Nope, thought better of it. He'll open up the door for Hawk on the bottom. And losing ground is King, stuck on the outside.
He's in the wall.
Got turned. He's at the wall. King
and we got a big wreck here. Keneally's involved.
Hawk's in the wall. Keneally's involved. And it all started with a 27 getting turned.
It all started coming off of turn number 4.
Oh, no.
Retzlaff and Maines were able to get by King. See the rapid teammates right there, King and Retzlaff. And right here comes Hauk in the number 53, and right there, just a little bit of contact comes up the track. And while that's going on, a separate incident breaks out behind him. See the field bottleneck. See if we can get another look, keeping our eyes on the 53 of Hauk, because he was caught up in both those, as you see Peyton Howell there
the
with some
53
damage
was
in the
involved
11.
in both of them. And honestly, it looks like, Greg, the 53 tagged the back of the 42. Or the 27, correction, I'm sorry.
Take a look. So we're going to watch the 53. There's the initial contact, and then right there near gets into the back of him, and everyone gets collected. You see Peyton Howell caught up in there. Robbie Keneally, the 1K, getting in it. Let's go on board here. This is on board Peyton Howell in the number 1. You'll see it start here in the next lap. This is the lap before. In turn number 2 right now, you see the pass by Retzlaff and Maines up there. And then watch going off of turn 4 right here. You'll see the contact between Hauk and King right there. Now, if this had gone that way, it would have been fine. But right there, he gets the wall as the second incident starts in the field, starts the bottleneck. And unfortunately, the car just carries him into the 53 of Hauk.
Yeah, what a tough break there. And again, drivers on pit road getting fixed for damage. You see a lot of these top contenders here, and it all started with that 27 of Sam King getting turned, trying to fight to stay around drivers like Garrett Maines and Parker Retzlaff, and little help there from the 53. Not going to deny that as well, as Brandon Hawk got into the back of the 27 of King, and then after that he had his own problems, Greg, and we saw the end result of that where he got caught up in that calamity just a moment ago. Lights off of the pace truck. We'll come back to green next time by.
Couple of cars came down for some fuel, Wesley. These drivers are only allowed 50% fuel tank here tonight, so fuel strategy could very well come into play as well in this race. Also, you're only allowed one set of tires for this 200-lap race, so tire strategy and fuel strategy going to play a role here tonight in Pensacola, Florida, as we come around the green flag back in the air. Dalton Collins back to the lead here with Parker Retzlaff and Garrett Maines hounding him.
Back to it again with Collins now on the inside. That's that white 95. Retzlaff on the outside lane. He'll open up the door to Maines. Here comes this Maines-Edwards battle. And, you know, we mentioned Bladen Edwards. His hometown is in Pensacola. And he is actually one of these improving eSports racers on iRacing, Greg. Definitely, I've been watching some of his success on social media, and he's got some wins. He's starting to build up his resume, and this could be a big win for him tonight if he could hold off or just get a solid finish as well.
Meanwhile, for the lead, Parker Retzlaff trying to get a 2-for-1 special here on Turkey because he got back around Garrett Maines and then was able to carry that momentum through to get around Dalton Collins, and Maines is going to follow him through. You've got the Terminator and Pretzel 1-2 now as Retzlaff leads here at Five Flags, but Maines and Collins right there behind him. Collins lurking after leading the first 12 laps.
Yeah, he's right there as they close in on that opportunity for this position here. They come off of 4. You see the virtual flash bulbs flashing, lighting up the virtual Pensacola night, and watching this great action here virtually unfold between Parker Retzlaff and Garrett Maines. This is mano-a-mano for the win, for the lead, for 1 and 2, but it's still in the early going. Do they need to be racing this aggressively, Greg?
Well, they're trying to make a statement on each other. This is a battle that we've been clamoring for. We talked about Maines and Collins having a nice battle. This is the big one that I personally wanted to see. I've wanted to see Maines and Retzlaff going mano-a-mano, and right now this is some bragging rights right now. You've got the owner of Team Rapid in Retzlaff versus Elliott Sadler Esports for Garrett Maines in the number 1. Also some help from Rocket Racing in that number 1. So a lot of chances here for these drivers to get going in this race. Retzlaff and Maines leading the way. I have been wanting to see this for a while. I've been wanting to see these two. You throw Dalton Collins into this mix as well, and you've got 3 of the top super late model drivers on iRacing here in the early stages.
But my thing is this, though. It is very early in the going. Maybe there needs to be a little give and take here. Just a little. You know, you got to, like the old cliche is, to win a race, you first must finish. So, you know, we got to see what can happen here. Get through this race, get down to these final 50 laps or so, then we put it all on the line.
Well, so I've been able to watch both Retzlaff and Maines a lot over the last year or so, thanks to the pandemic and really being stuck in my house with nothing to do but iRacing. Been able to watch these two compete a lot, talking about Maines and Retzlaff. And what I've noticed, 2 very different driving styles. Garrett Maines, the current race leader, he's more of a let the race come to him guy. If he can get up front and drive away, then yeah, he's going to do it, but he's not going to necessarily push the envelope in the early stages. He's going to let it come to him. Retzlaff, very run and gun. He wants to get up there. He wants to lead the race early and try to get away from the rest of the field so he can just kind of ride it out in the late stages. So 2 very, very different driving styles here with the 1 and the 42. It has culminated in a lot of race victories for both of them. Remember, this is just the second time these two have gotten nose to nose on LSR TV in the past. They did the Martinsville race that you got to call. Maines came out on top of that one, and Retzlaff has been waiting for another chance at Maines.
Yeah, Parker Retzlaff had some bad luck in that race in the early going and had to fall out. But again, Maines definitely won that $1,000 payday back in September. Been a long time for sure. Lap number 24, this time by when they come to the flag stand here at Five Flags Speedway virtually. You're riding on board with the man in second, Parker Retzlaff, and behind him is
we got
Collins at 95. We got, well, yeah.
He's involved.
Will we see a caution, though? No caution yet.
No caution yet. They stay green as it happened on the inside wall. 2 cars got the inside wall. Pete Polini was one of them in the number 51. We'll see if we can get a swag replay of what happened here as we're an eighth of the way through the race this time by. There's Polini in the number 51. Let's take a look at what happened here. That's Derek Fulton in the 7. Right there, Polini's going to get the wall and get collected by Curtis Critchley in the 54, the other driver involved.
And you got to wonder how much damage is on Pete Polini's car, as well as the other driver we just mentioned. As they keep on going, yeah, they graze off the wall, so to speak. We watch them now as on board Pete Polini's car. Critchley gets back around him.
Back live with Pete Polini. 51. Still single file up at the front, but Retzlaff is beginning to put the pressure back on Garrett Maines after letting his tires cool off for a couple minutes. As there they are once again there, and then you see Bladen Edwards and Ron Hart making up the top 5 right now, and then it's a little bit ways back to Bradley Wilson. How about Derek Fulton here so far, Wesley? He's the biggest mover of the race so far. He's up 11 positions, started 18th up to 7. He's just hanging it out right now. Nice run for Fulton in the 7.
And I don't know if you noticed it just a moment ago from that camera angle from turn 3. The brake rotors are starting to glow cherry red on the cars as they work their way. See that? Starting to see the brake rotor start to glow a little bit. We're working now 30 laps into this event. Still a long way to go. 170 remaining here at Five Flags Speedway.
Retzlaff taking a peek to the inside of Maines. Almost got the inside wall. You could not fit a piece of paper between Retzlaff and the wall there off of turn number 2, and he's able to keep it going. But that's going to allow Maines to open it up just a little bit more.
Maines was trying to go after it. Maines, Retzlaff, Collins, Edwards, Hart. Your top 5. They all stay single file. Back straightaway, Retzlaff trying to reel in Maines. They also got some lap traffic they're coming up on as well, Greg.
Yeah, lap traffic going to begin to come into play in this one. The first car up, would you believe it's going to be Alex McCollum in the number 9. He's another one of those drivers who's a very, very successful driver in the ranks of Super Late Models as they put Hauke lap down into number 53. Didn't see him as I was looking up ahead and saw the number 9 of McCollum as the last car on the lead lap. And you see right there, they were able to get around Maines and Retzlaff as Polini's in the wall now on the outside.
And this has been the second time that we've seen Pete Polini with problems. Still holding his own, though. So honestly, a lot of racing left to go.
Plenty of time to go. Just started lap number 37, going to complete lap 37 this time, make it 38 as Maines, Retzlaff, Collins, your top 3 right now, Edwards and Hart. They've broken away about 3 seconds over Bradley Wilson, who's under pressure from Derek Fulton. And then you got Andrew Navarro, the next car on the lead lap, but he's mired back with a little bit of lap traffic, being Hauke and Keneally, both drivers who were caught up in that incident.
About to put 40 laps on the board coming up here in a few moments. Lap 39 this time by.
Lap traffic ahead, and it is McCollum And the number 9 who's in danger of going a lap down now, Wesley. So McCollum's just kind of riding it out. McCollum, another one of those drivers who has a similar style to Maines. If he's not up at the front, he's going to ride it out. He's going to let the race come to him before going for it here in the second half as Retzlaff takes a peek in the inside. We talked about Retzlaff being that run and gun driver. Wants to get up there and lead. He's going to try it off of turn number 2. Retzlaff picked his moment. He's making his move to the inside of Garrett Maines. Give it to Pretzel off of turn number 4. Parker Retzlaff leads at 5 flags.
And he'll try to carry Collins with him. The white 95, Dalton Collins, down to the inside. He'll clear Maines. Maines will fall back to 3rd.
And the caution.
Caution out.
And that was perfect timing for Parker Retzlaff, as he had just gotten by as Cam Davidson's in the wall in that number 17. Puts us under our second caution of the day. We take a look at the swag replay and see what happened to Davidson. That's Peyton Howell right in front of him.
But I was telling you about those brake rotors. Watch that 17. Cam Davidson right around Peyton Howell, and there's contact, and they both take each other out.
Howell got the wall on the outside, and it just barely came down just into the 17 of Davidson as you see leaders squeak by there. So we're under caution once again.
We got pit stops.
You see, yeah, drivers coming in for fuel. Davidson and Maines and Edwards coming down, but Retzlaff noticeably stayed out there in the number 42.
So I got a break in the action real quickly. Well, let's check in on our in-race reporter for tonight. Dan Lowther, driver of the number 63. He currently sits on the racetrack on the lead lap right now in position number 18. Dan, what's your take of the race so far, bud?
It's been pretty good. I'm just kind of riding in the back here, trying to save my stuff and figure out the track and the other drivers and make my move later.
Dan, again, this is only our second caution, but do you think we've seen some aggressive driving too early in the go in the first 50 laps?
Yeah, there's been a little bit of it that I've noticed just from my point of view, but I think the aggression is going to ramp up in the second half of the race even more than it has so far.
Greg, you got anything for Dan the Man Lowther, 63?
Well, Dan, you've been kind of riding out. You're being scored 16th right now, just kind of hanging back here in the early stages. What's your take of the race thus far, just as a whole, racing with the Outlaw eSports drivers?
It's been pretty good. I got to say, these guys are good drivers. Holy crap. I mean, they're right up there with the top guys in the Northwest Tour. So definitely difficult to race your way up through here, but hopefully I can just, save my stuff and get a good finish.
Hey, Dan, Dan, the alarm's going off in the oven. Get your pies out of the oven or the stuffing or turkey or something.
Yeah.
What is it you're cooking? I heard the alarm go off.
Oh, I think that was the wash machine.
Oh, well, never mind then. He's washing clothes. That's Dan Lowther. He's thoroughly washing his turkey. So remember to definitely clean your food before you eat it tomorrow night. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
All right, so there's Dan Lowther. We'll check in on him again later. Well, so much for thinking the food was done, Greg.
No food just yet. Hey, we're going back green. Parker Retzlaff came down pit road the lap after the initial pit stop, so it's going to be Maines and Edwards your front row here as we go back underway, as a couple drivers got shuffled deep in the field here, so we're going to have to see how it all shakes down when we reset. Garrett Maines back out to the lead in the number 1. Big lead off of turn number 2 as Edwards and Hart go to battle for second.
Yeah, watching these guys as they work their way off the corner. Another big burst of momentum, if you will. On the restart, look at now Hart into second position. Wilson, the third. Edwards, Navarro, the top 5. Well, that goes on. They all begin now running down Garrett Maines, who has pulled away from everybody. 50 laps in, 150 to go here at 5 flags. Trouble! Almost. No caution.
One car officially out of the race now. It's Cam Davidson in the number 17 has called it a day here early. And this one, the number 17, currently being scored in 17th, but still got several cars in front of him.
Derek's in trouble. I don't know if you just saw that. He about spun on the restart a moment ago off of 1, and now he's lost a lot of ground from everybody where he was at.
Davidson out of the race, but Fulton in the number 9, or in the 7th position, number 9, and hanging back there. Look up in front of him, Wesley, as he gets to the inside of Billy Gray. Look who he's following. We were just talking about him before that caution, potentially going a lap down. But all of a sudden, Alex McCollum has woke up and is in 7th place, right behind Parker Retzlaff. And those who watched we got a caution on racetrack. We got a big one here on the front stretch.
Off turn
Several
4.
cars involved.
Off turn 4, yeah.
I think Lowther may have got a piece of it. There's the 011 getting rolling.
Billy Gray and a couple of others.
Right alongside Fulton here. See Lowther kind of getting shuffled back there. Billy Gray gets down. Oh, he just caught the apron and bounced up in front of the field.
And hit the 111. The 111. Man, we got it right on board with the 111 car. Holy cow. Brandon Hughes right on board with the 111. Let's see what happened to him. He went airborne on the front straightaway.
He started
Watch this,
up.
Greg. Look at this.
Started near the front in that number 111. Started in 8th place. Take a look.
Listen and watch.
Right there, he gets the contact, and we go on board.
Whoa! Up in the air, never flipped over. Had contact also with, I think was it the 43?
Looks like the 43
of Lee Morgan. And that was also after Hughes hit the wall at the bottom of turn number 2. He's on pit road. 55 of 200 laps. Pit stops underway again in the back behind the top 15. We'll take a quick commercial break. More coverage from Five Flags Speedway. Outlaw eSports Super Late Models in a moment.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Back here at Five Flags Speedway, getting ready for the restart here for 200 laps at the half mile in Pensacola. Greg Rentz, Wesley Outland, Turkey Man, Charles Wooten in the production chair. Pace truck is in, back underway. Mains with a good restart, Greg, off into 1.
Another great restart for Garrett Maines. We've seen that out of him time and time again in the past, how he loves the restarts here. As Retzlaff trying to work his way back up. Remember, Retzlaff had just gotten the lead before the caution came out the time before, then had to pit, and he waited an extra lap to pit, so he has had to work his way back up through the field. He's already worked his way back up into the top 5 now, side by side with Andrew Navarro, the winner at Darlington in this series. It was the season opener. This is brought to you on another iRacing network, so this is our first time covering the Outlaw eSports Winter Frost Tour. Hopefully, we're able to get something else going here with the series in the future.
Now, this is not the first time we have covered Outlaw Super Late Model Series racing. We did it sometime earlier in the summer and fall.
Correct, but this particular
winter series, no.
Yeah. No, this is race number 3 of the series. Technically 4, because Nashville last week was a doubleheader. Garrett Maines and Brandon Houck won those ones. And then, of course, we mentioned Andrew Navarro winning at Darlington. So this is race number 3 on what's called the Winter Frost Tour. And it's just a one-off here on LSR TV. This is the only race as of now we are airing of the Winter Frost Tour on LSR TV, but we're hoping that we're able to work something out for the next incarnation, whatever it may be.
I'm not gonna.
Caution is out on the track.
Oh, and they're
after
still
the
wrecking.
Contact, the 151 going up in the wall. We take a look at what happened. I believe it was number 11 of Peyton Howell that was caught up in it.
Why can't we be friends? Watch this.
Swag replay. Looking for the cause of the caution. Oh, the 011 slow there on the track. Oh, Dan Lowther and Dalton
Dan
Collins. Lowther and Collins get together, and Navarro gets a piece of it.
We were mentioning what a good run Dan Lowther was doing in the top 10. Tough break there for the 63.
Caution once again.
And Brandon Hughes on pit road. A whole bunch of other guys to 2.
Garrett Maines came down pit road. The race leader pits from pit road. That's going to move Alex McCollum up to the race lead into number 9. Remember, Wesley, we were just talking not too long ago about him possibly going a lap down.
That's right.
There's some pit strategy. Here he is up to the race lead, and he's going to have Parker Retzlaff right behind him.
Alex McCollum from East Rutherford, New Jersey. The number 1 position. He not only competes on iRacing, he also is a Legends and Bandolero racer in real life. Parker Retzlaff in the number 2 position. Lee Morgan, how about this one, Greg? Up to 3rd. 17 positions for the 43 car.
That'll officially make him the biggest mover of the race thus far. At number 43, started 20th. He will be scored in 3rd on this restart. Garrett Maines was the first car down pit road. He will be 4th. So, with that said, Wesley, looks like 3 cars stayed out. Those 3 being McCollum, Retzlaff, and Morgan. Have Maines and Edwards right top 5.
Alex McCollum now the man to the lead. Parker Retzlaff 2nd. Lee Morgan. This triple fight threat match we have also with Garrett Maines in 4th. Bladen Edwards 5th. Ron Hart 6th. Derek Fulton, though he had his problems earlier, he's up to 7th. Philip Locke, his problems in the heat race, Greg, in heat number 1. He's redeemed himself and got all the way up 14 positions in the 8th position. 9th, Pete Polini, and 10th, Andrew Navarro.
Your top 10 rundown.
Lights are off for the pace truck. Yes, sir.
Lap number 70 when we go back green. Alex McCollum going to be the race leader with Parker Retzlaff to the outside. They had a pretty big little feud going on in the Speed 51 Super Select Series as we go back green.
Certainly did.
Retzlaff going to fall in line behind McCollum. These two have plenty of history here in 2020. And Retzlaff right on the back bumper of McCollum. Rematch here on LSR TV of an incident in Las Vegas at the Bull Ring.
And while that goes on, McCollum still out in front. Retzlaff trying to reel him in. Maines has cleared by Hart and Morgan and Edwards to move him to 3rd and 4th.
Retzlaff breaking away from Maines, who was up to 3rd. McCollum still the leader, but Retzlaff right on his back bumper. Garrett Maines lurking in 3rd, 7/10 of a second back at the line as Retzlaff begins to do exactly what he did to Maines. He's trying to set him up and wait for his moment to make the move. He was able to pinpoint it on Maines earlier. McCollum the way. Retzlaff right there, looking identical to what he did to Maines earlier in the race. And notice, Wesley, that Maines, now that he's not the leader, he's doing what we talked about earlier, showing some patience, just kind of riding it out right now, letting it come to him. He's going to hang back here. We're closing in on halfway, about 25 from halfway this time by at the line. Maines just kind of riding right now, just letting it all work itself out so he can be ready for the second half of the race. McCollum and Retzlaff leading the way with 25 to go.
Yeah, it looks like McCollum and Retzlaff also doing the same thing as well. They got a little distance between each other and kind of knocking off these laps one by one, lap after lap, nose to tail. Retzlaff, for a second, I thought was thinking about peeking to the bottom, didn't get there. They'll stay single file, and amongst him being single file, Greg, they're opening up a big lead over Maines.
They are. It's up to 1.7 seconds right now. Maines has checked out a little bit over Bladen Edwards and Ron Hart, the new top five. If they've both gone around Lee Morgan in the number 43, so Morgan getting shuffled back now. Derek Fulton following suit as well. Fulton will move into sixth. He is now plus 12, and with that, he takes back over as biggest mover of the race. Actually, scratch that. Morgan still plus 13 from his starting spot. So either Fulton needs to get one more spot or Morgan needs to lose one more spot, and they will be tied for biggest mover of the race.
McCollum, Retzlaff, Maines, Edwards, Hart, top five. Single file, no change in those positions. Lap 80 of 200. Almost 120 laps to go. Closing in on 20 to halfway. Here at Five Flags Speedway. As there's Maines sitting there in third patiently. Edwards is moved into fourth. Hart, the top five.
McCollum beginning to open it up a little bit now on Retzlaff. It's now 0.3 of a second, so Retzlaff cooling the tires off here. Try to set up another run as McCollum running down some lap traffic now. Still 0.3 of a second, so McCollum able to stretch it just a little bit here. Maines still 2.5 seconds back, so if you're Garrett Maines right now in that number one, just hanging out and waiting for go time here in the number one. By the way, no fast repairs available to these drivers in this race, so you got what you got here as far as damage goes. That's why you're seeing drivers like Neely and Neer and Hauk and drivers who were caught up in that early incident struggling here. But Robbie Keneally has worked his way back onto the lead lap in the number one with the damage, and he is up into the 12th position in number 01 on the ticker, number one on screen, as he's trying to work his way up to 12th. You see the battle for third beginning to heat up here with Edwards and Maines. I don't think Maines is pushing it right now in that number one right now, Wesley. We go on board with Bladen Edwards. I think Garrett Maines is kind of just riding it out, letting McCollum and Retzlaff do a little bit of battling, which it looks like that's beginning to heat up there as well. I think they're just kind of hanging back and just letting it come to them, and they'll start making some moves up towards the front here in a little bit.
Yeah, what's that cliche called? Riding the storm out. He's doing just that. By the way, Dan Lowther, our in-race reporter, still on the lead lap, even though got caught in that last wreck in car number 63. There you see him as he crosses the stripe. 13 to halfway. He is in the 16th position. Woo! You see the brake rotor?
Yeah, you see the brake rotor, and you can see Lowther and the Northwest Tour race on Sunday night, Wesley. The Oxford 200 coming your way here on LSR TV from Oxford Plains, the second annual Oxford 200 for the Northwest Tour. Coming up to see if this Sunday night, we'll see if Caden Anderson can go back to back, and if he does, that will keep the streak alive. We've had 3 different winners in the first 3 races this season. Caden Anderson looking for a back-to-back in the Oxford 200, and if he does, it'll be winner number 4 on the year here for the Tour.
That is round number 3 of the... Actually, it's round number 4. Round 4 of the iRacing Northwest Tour, presented by Joe's Racing Products, 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central, 7:30 Pacific, their time, on LSR TV and CRN Sports.
It'll be your third one because you missed North Wilkesboro, unfortunately.
I did. That was the weekend that I was at the National 100. Yep.
Yeah, that was where the confusion came from on that one. We do have our second official retiree from the race. It's Tyler Devanzo in the number 97, so he is going to be credited with a 23rd place finish. Blake Neer still on pit road in the number 14 and 22nd, 72 laps down and counting, has yet to come back out onto the racetrack. McCollum, Retzlaff, Maines, still your top three. It's now 3.5 seconds from race leader McCollum to third place Maines. So the top two are really beginning to pull away here.
Feature race underway after 3 heat races. And you've got Garrett Maines. There you see him right there in third. Blaine and Edwards behind him. So is Hart. Ron Hart in the 87. Closing in also Derek Fulton. And we are inching also closer to the halfway mark. Cross flags here on this Happy Turkey Murder Day Eve. Happy Thanksgiving Wednesday night Eve for you. I know on behalf of all of our staff, with Charles Wooten, everyone at Race On Texas, 52 Media LLC, LSR TV, and of course also CRN Sports, we'd like to wish you and yours happy, safe Thanksgiving. Oh, yes, and also our new company, Upper Edge Racing.
That's coming January 2021. A lot of plans in the works for the new series coming to LSR TV, Upper Edge Racing. A lot of plans in the works, including a possible pavement super late model series. You saw a preview of what to expect on the dirt late model side for Upper Edge, the first official series that'll join it, the dirt late model series. Yeah, something like that. And we had quite the field. I believe there were 60 drivers in the field for that one. Charles Wooten and Nolan Rempel were on the call for that one. And a preview race that saw almost 60 drivers enter that one. Not too bad for a preliminary / recruitment race. You can expect big things from Upper Edge Racing coming in the future. We said on LSR TV. Yeah, 2021. We said on LSR TV a while ago our goal was more short tracks. We got it because we got Upper Edge Racing coming in a big way in 2021.
And we are also halfway here at the Five Flags Speedway for the 200-lap event for the Outlaw eSports Super Late Model Series from Pensacola virtually. Alex McCollum leads. Parker Retzlaff is in second. Garrett Maines third. Bladen Edwards fourth. And Ron Hart, Greg, is your top 5.
Coming up in sixth right now is Derek Fulton in the number 7. A battle going on in front of him between Hart and Edwards. For the fourth position, Fulton kind of hanging back right now. Collins is going to get Hart's going to get the spot away from Edwards. Dalton Collins in 7th, Sam King 8th, Lee Morgan and Robbie Keneally rounding out your top 10 right now. And that's impressive for Keneally in the number 1K, the Reaper Speed Labs entry. Let's see if we can look at him for a minute because he has a lot of damage on number 1 from earlier in the night. And here he is up in the top 10. McCollum and Retzlaff still leading the way, though, as here we go. Retzlaff beginning to try to make his move for the lead in traffic.
And we're watching it now. McCollum and Retzlaff. Here comes...
Oh,
the
Retzlaff
42.
got the wall.
Can he get him? Yep.
Just clipped the wall, Wesley, and that's going to settle this down here for at least a moment. But while we got a break in the action for the race lead for just a moment, nope, looks like it's going to heat back up. I was going to say let's go side by side. It's going to say let's go side by side, but here it comes once again.
Yeah, let's see if this dies out here as we're just after halfway. Normally we do go side by side at the halfway mark of the race, but I'm wanting to see if Retzlaff can try to get around McCollum here. He's got a shot on him. He's on the inside and just cannot seem to pull the trigger, so to speak, Greg, as they work their way back into the corner. It seems like once that slip happens by McCollum and Retzlaff is ready to be there, quickly Retzlaff will make a slip or he just can't capitalize on it.
He's going to try it right here. As you see, McCollum kind of taking a little bit of a higher line through 3 and 4. That's exactly how Retzlaff was able to get around Maines for the race lead earlier in the day. McCollum able to defend it this time, and heavy lap traffic up here as well. Can Retzlaff get up there and maybe use some lap traffic as a pick here? You see the number 95, I believe, 94 of Locke up there. He's first in line. Then we have Dan Lowther. I see the 151 up there as well. So some heavy lap traffic about to come into play for our leaders.
Into turn number 3, McCollum, Retzlaff, Maines, top 3. We'll go side by side so you don't miss a thing. Coverage returns from 5 Flags in a moment. The Outlaw eSports Super Late Model Series. There's your sawblade.com top 5.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing. And if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees at yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
You see the sawblade.com top 5. No change in those positions except for the leader. Parker Retzlaff has finally got around Alex McCollum, and you didn't miss it. You saw it side by side, Greg, during our commercial break.
Exactly what we talked about right before we went to that side-by-side, Wesley. He was able to do it in lap traffic, using lap traffic as a pick, able to pick his moment and get around McCollum in the number 9. Now, he's trying to pick his way through the rest of it as McCollum tries to work his way up. It is still 3 seconds back to third place Garrett Maines. You can barely see this little strip of blue behind him. That is Garrett Maines in the number 1, who is in third right now. There he is on screen.
Is here, kitty. Trying to run him down
right now.
And our in-race reporter, Dan Lowther, has now fell a lap down. Car on the tail end of the lead lap is Wilson. If the caution was to come out, free pass would go to Wilson right now currently. Who sits in... Oh, let's see here. It's waiting for scoring to update. Wilson sits in 15th. Yep.
Curtis Critchley
Bradley
on
Wilson.
pit road. Curtis Critchley on pit road in the number 54. He gives up the 14th spot to go a lap down. And he's taking his tires, Wesley. They are allowed one set of tires, and it is time for them to take it as far as Curtis Critchley is concerned. So now, here is the question. When do you pit for tires? Because now, all of a sudden, the window is open.
Yeah, but when you pit under green flag conditions, you're really setting yourself up for going many laps down.
Yeah, you're going to lose 3 laps minimum. Well, Alex McCollum has decided, you know what, now's the time because he's on pit road from second.
Yes, he is. Alex McCollum, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Number 9 on the pit lane. The pit stall box number 5. 4 tires and fuel. Ready to bring this one to the finish. But he will also go several laps down. Look at now McCollum. He's already gone 1 lap down. About to go 2 laps down now.
Remember, you're only allowed 50% of your fuel capacity in this race. You can only take 50% of the fuel. That's why you've seen drivers making fuel stops here throughout the course of this one. Curtis Critchley lost 2 laps on pit road, and McCollum is going to lose 2 as well. Yep. So it looks like you're going to lose 2 laps making a green flag pit stop here.
But do you get it back? Is everybody going to cycle in and make pit stops? By the way, Peyton Howell's on pit road. Several laps down. Here comes Dalton Collins. Here comes Parker Retzlaff on pit lane.
Going to move Garrett Maines back to the lead in the number 1. So he will inherit the lead. And the caution is out. Caution is out right in the middle of green flag pit stops.
I don't think Parker's going to pit.
No, Parker's going to come through, and he's going to come back out onto the racetrack. And, yep, he almost pulled into his pit stall. Caution is out. Alex McCollum not too thrilled right now with the circumstances. As we take a look at what happened for a caution, Curtis Critchley breaking loose off of turn number 4. Man. You see Dalton Collins there in the number 95. He had just come to a stop, and he got back out before service started. He took back off after coming to a stop once he realized the caution was out. Collins may have just saved his race there. Unfortunately for Alex McCollum, now pinned 2 laps down. Or no, he is only 1 lap down in this one. Dan Lowther looks like he is in the lucky dog position in the number 63 after it was all said and done.
There you go. And in addition to that, you know, if these drivers do not pit, which I find highly unlikely, because the whole cavalry's on pit road. But for those that didn't, if they did not pit, you could take that wave around at 1 to go to try to get one of your laps back. But
I think that's what we're going to see McCollum do. And
yeah,
it just pit.
Which, to be honest with you, it's really not a bad gamble.
No, it's worth it because we know the tire's got 125 laps of juice in it. Something happened here on this replay. Ooh, Hauk and Retzlaff almost have a coming together here, and some contact behind. Oh, Hughes not happy. Hughes was not happy with Retzlaff about something.
Brandon Hughes and Retzlaff having a little meeting of the minds there. Wow.
So Retzlaff in the number 42. He was on pit road when the caution came out. He stayed out an extra lap to lead a lap, and I believe, Wesley, he's going to come out in 2nd place once it's all said and done. What a move by Parker Retzlaff here for 42. If I'm looking at this right, no, he is going to get shuffled to the back. Came out almost in 2nd place, but he's going to shuffle back here what looks to be the 9th position.
So it looks like Garrett Maines.
Like Ron Hart
actually is the leader. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Ron Hart,
Garrett Maines, Sam King back up to 3rd, his starting spot after having that incident earlier in the day. How about Robbie Keneally, the Reaper, in the number 1? He has fought his way back up to 4th after the incident. Watch out for Keneally.
But we got a lot of viewers that are watching the race, and one of the questions that I asked was, did you like heat races or qualifying or both? And a lot of people said they like both, as we have the green flag back in the air here at Five Flags Speedway, riding on board with Garrett Maines on the gyro cam. He'll go back to the lead as he hits the high banks here at Pensacola. And by the way, the question was, do you like heat races?
Big wreck behind him.
Oh, no.
2nd and 3rd get together.
Oh, no. Here's the big one, and they're still wrecking.
That's going to bottleneck the whole field, and this is going to turn this entire race on its lid because 2nd and 3rd place got together there. Ron Hart and Sam King get together.
Boy, that was a nice car crash virtual casserole over there coming off the 4th turn.
Here it is right here. Onboard remains right there is the contact. Keneally gets involved. Derek Fulton squeaking through. The freight train able to get through. Ooh, Hughes. Someone just barely got a piece of that. Was that Hughes that got a piece? Dan Lowther, number 63, will be the lucky dog, I believe, in this one. Several cars on pit road now. Time of the caution, Dan Lowther was the first car being scored 1 lap down, if I saw that correct.
Watch this, right in front of our in-race reporter, Dan Lowther. This is with Collins.
Lowther in front.
You just see smoke. Where do you go? Oh, no.
Look at Retzlaff snaking through that. That was still going on. I want to see that view from Retzlaff's car because I want to see what he saw sneaking through there on the bottom. Retzlaff, he didn't hesitate.
Like
he
a snake. Watch this.
Just went. Let's take another look at that. On board with Parker Retzlaff.
Boy, oh boy, this should be fun.
Watch, he was already moving here. That's Collins he's getting past right now. And then watch as this starts breaking out in front of him. He's just going to say, nope, I'm on the bottom, and I'm just going to send it.
Wow. What a great piece of driving there. Parker Retzlaff. And let's check in our in-race reporter, Dan Lowther. Dan the Man Lowther. Man, some crazy chaos you've been involved in, but you staying out of trouble for the most part and do free passes to get on the lead lap again.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on the lucky dog here. I'm not going to get it this time, it doesn't look like, but I'm just trying to keep my nose clean here. I'm holding back on a set of tires. A lot of these guys took them that last caution, and I think I'm going to wait on those.
So you are currently in 12th. So you haven't pitted yet. You haven't took on new tires yet.
No, I haven't. I noticed a lot of guys did that last caution, and these guys are really good. So I got to use a little bit of strategy maybe to change my luck here. So I'm gonna wait and take tires a little later than these guys. So hopefully get something there.
So my question is, do you feel like you're a sitting duck now because they have took on new tires and you haven't done it, or you still feel like your car's still got a lot of strong effort?
I'll be a little bit of sitting duck here, but as long as I can kind of keep it in that 1 lap down range or get lucky or get a back on the lead lap, then I should be okay.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much. You got about 60 laps to go. Dan the Man Lowther. And the number 63 is our in-race reporter as we go back to the restart box. Back underway at Pensacola.
Back underway. Garrett Maines. Robbie Keneally, 1-2 now. Keneally, another one of these drivers who's right up there in the conversation for top super late model driver. On iRacing, the Reaper Speed Labs number 1K, number 01 on screen, second place right now.
And Greg, Robbie Keneally, Greg, is one of those West Coast drivers out of Oakland, California.
Yep, he's from California. He races in the 5150 junior late models at Madera.
That's right.
The biggest junior late model program in the nation. He competes in there, and here he is going for the lead with Garrett Maines right now from Virginia.
You can actually watch them on MAV TV sometime throughout the season. Maines, Keneally, Fulton, Edwards, Hart. How about Derek Fulton from Centre, Ontario, Canada? The brainstorm, the mastermind of this series. He's up to third.
Nice run for Fulton, up 15 positions, Wesley, to up in the top 3 right now. Great run for Derek Fulton. 7. And how about the guy behind him? Our Team LSR TV member in this one, Bladen Edwards, in that number 72. He's having a nice run as well. He's up here in the top 5 and has been for a majority of the race. Caution!
Caution out, just under 50 laps to go, just over 50 laps to go.
I believe it's Dalton
Collins.
Yeah, Dalton Collins, number 95, involved.
Easy, Dalton Collins going around. We'll find out what happened to him. Robbie Keneally was right. I'm sorry. Alex McCollum was there beside him.
I'm able to get by. That moves Polini up inside of him. Oh, they just got together, Polini and Collins. Oh, and he gets into the 011. That was the 011.
Wow. Remember, aerial coverage for tonight's race is always presented by All American Pools. Watch this. Polini. Polini after McCullum clears Collins, gets to the left rear. Collins, Polini fighting for that spot. He got the driver's side. And watch the 0-1-1 come in there.
Right there.
Little bit of a boom, and around went the 95 again. By the way, that's Billy Gray in the 0-11.
One car came down pit road that time from the lead lap. It was second place. Robbie Keneally, car number 01, came down pit road. So the Reaper gonna give up some track position. Dan Lowther coming down pit road now in the number 63. He's gonna finally take those tires, and Keneally down pit road again in the 01. We'll have to see if he pulls in his pit stall. I'm wondering if he's coming down for just a splash more of fuel, which looks like he is. Come on, take a little bit more fuel in the 01. I get that thing full to the finish.
So before we were talking, we had that caution and it changed the whole conversation, obviously. We were asking the questions to our viewers and listeners. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dinner? What do you like mostly to eat on Thanksgiving? And secondly, were you a fan of heat races or qualifying or both? Majority, Greg, says they like heat races, and other people said they like qualifying to set up the heat races.
That's me. I like the qualifying to set up the heat races.
Like you see at dirt track races all across the country all the time.
That one depends more on the track, more on the series as far as the dirt tracks go. As I've seen a lot just set their times off practice like we did tonight with this series. But I'm talking qualifying to set up heat races, to set it like we see a big race here in the Northwest, the Summer Showdown. Do the qualifying, and then we split them into however many heat races we've got that night. That sets the starting lineup. That's the one I like, because I'm a big fan of qualifying. That's always one of my favorite parts of the night, to see each car out there and see what they've got what they're bringing to the table here tonight.
Racing the clock.
I like seeing it. I like seeing what every car's got.
They get that single recognition, if you will, of, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing. Back to green, 50 laps to go, mind you, here at Five Flags Speedway.
49 circuits around Five Flags Speedway to go in this one, and Garrett Maines is out to the lead in the number 1, but Parker Retzlaff just got back on the lead lap with the Lucky Dog that time by. He is in 10th, trying to make his way up through the field in the number 42, and he's going to get caught up in an incident with Pete Polini in the 51, and we go caution.
Oh, man.
Caution once again. Again, this changes the complexion of the race.
It does. How badly damages Parker Retzlaff's car, too, by the way?
Just gotten the Lucky Dog, and then going off of turn 2, it's in the Polini right here. Right there.
Oh, well, oh, man. Well, he doesn't look like it's that badly damaged. Do you think?
Yeah, Retzlaff looks okay. Parker Retzlaff looks okay. Drivers coming down pit road now include Ron Hart and Brandon Hughes. But Retzlaff's car doesn't look too bad. I think he will be okay. Him and Polini definitely not too thrilled with each other. You can see some right front damage here on the Rapid Racing number 42 Johnson driver. Still discussing it on the radio right now. Teams and drivers communicating with each other. I'm seeing some one-finger hand gestures being thrown between the pit crews. So
you never won. You never won.
Yeah, they're not happy with each other. That's definitely for sure. Oh no! Now some Retzlaff fans and some Polini fans in the stands beginning to have it at each other. I saw a beer can go flying through the field.
Oh my goodness! Don't add more than what it already is. Come on.
Hey, don't yell at me. Blame the crowd. They're the ones fighting. Saw some beer cans being flown over, and security is on the way to turn number 1.
Uh-oh.
Aunt Kathy, knock it off.
That is the Escambia County Sheriff's Department. 45 laps to go here at Five Flags Speedway, the home of the Snowball Derby. Tonight it's iRacing with the Outlaw eSports Series. Well, let's take our final break. For more information on how to start your iRacing career, log on to iRacing.com and getting involved at Upper Edge Racing Dirt Pavement. Other big event cut up in December. Get them $6,000 purse. The inaugural Power IE Nationals. It'll be right here on LSR TV, December 11th and 12th. Quick break, final one, and we'll take you to the finish from Five Flag Speedway. Ready for the restart. Commercial free the rest of the way. Back to green at Five Flag Speedway. Garrett Maines on the jump. Fulton, Edwards, Navarro, King. A new top 5 behind car number 1.
Maines trying to pull away. Parker Retzlaff, after being caught up in that incident, is now up into 6th as he gets around Robbie Keneally into number 1. The inside, Retzlaff, he's hooked up with his teammate Sam King in the 27. Rapid Racing, they're trying to get going. King having to fight back now from not 1 but 2 incidents here in this race. Now he is up in the 4th trying to track down Bladen Edwards. What a great run for Bladen Edwards right now here, Wesley, with LSR TV on the hood. We're not just saying that because of that, but what a run he has had up in the top 5 virtually the entire night in this one, and he has done a spectacular job. Now up in 3rd here late in the going.
Maines, Fulton, Edwards, King, flip-flopping, and here comes Parker Retzlaff back in the top 5. The 4th, he's climbing. 42's coming, Greg Rentz.
Trying to get up there. He led quite a bit in this one. Now going after 3rd for Bladen Edwards, and we might see this battle that we saw earlier in the day. We might see it come down to Retzlaff and Maines, with the other drivers, McCollum and Collins, having the issue. So Retzlaff to 3rd.
Up the racetrack, here he comes out of 4th to the line. 36 laps to go. Side by side, look at them trying to go single file now. He thought about it. That was Edwards. Edwards trying to hook up and find around King. But they're single file, and now Parker Retzlaff closing in on Fulton for 3rd.
By the way,
second.
Wesley, Alex McCollum in the number 9, he, remember, got pinned 2 laps down after pinning under green. He is now up to 8th on the lead lap. Make it 7th. Alex McCollum, he's making a charge to the front late as well in the number 9.
And now we need Maines, Retzlaff, McCollum to climb. And those 3 best of the best of iRacing that you mentioned, along with some other drivers that are building up their virtual racing resume and try to make something happen here.
Retzlaff has gotten around Fulton. Here comes McCollum trying to reel in Keneally right now. To move into 6th. Maines and Retzlaff beginning to break away from Fulton just a little bit. Just like that, late in the going, going to be 31 laps to go. And it's Maines versus Retzlaff. Late in the race here at Five Flags. Retzlaff trying to set up Maines. He knows it's go time now in the 42, but Garrett Maines, he's going to go on defense now. He's not going to be as patient earlier.
Went there quickly to throw the block, and Retzlaff is not going to be the same way either. Retzlaff has ran back down Garrett Maines. The best of the best battling again. McCollum is still stuck in 7th. He's in a deadlock. He can't get around Keneally or Hart.
Look at that, looking out the back window of the number 1 of Maines at Parker Retzlaff, and you can see right there, you can see the eyes of Parker Retzlaff as he tries to set him up for a move off of turn number 4. He may have to move into turn number 1. Maines fights back with a big run, but he pushes up the track just a little bit, and Retzlaff is to the door.
Retzlaff
and
was
Maines
there.
Shuts it. Maines shuts the door, going
on him.
into
Yes,
4.
sir. My goodness.
shutting the door, going through 3 and 4, and Maines holds on for the lead for now. Inside 30 to go, and Alex McCollum has caught this lead group. He is in 7th, trying to get up around Keneally for 6th.
Here he comes.
Ron Hart there as well. Ron Hart is caught up as well. He's for 8th as well. McKinney to the inside of Edwards for 5th. He's going to bring McCollum with him. The number 87 of Hart is also for position behind him.
I see Hart. I see Keneally, the Reaper. I see Alex McCollum in the battle for the lead now. Maines and Retzlaff side by side out of turn 4. 25 coming up on the board next time by.
Retzlaff got it this time. Maines having to fight back, and right there, that's where Retzlaff has Maines beat. Off of turn number 2, new leader, Parker Retzlaff, Derek Fulton, and Sam King have caught up to the battle as well. Alex McCollum the 5th. Here comes the New Jersey boy. He is up to 5th, getting around Keneally and Edwards, now setting his sights on Derek Fulton.
And he'll carry the 1K of Robbie Keneally, the Reaper, with him. Hart also closes up and throws the block on him too. Look at this battle in the top 5, the top 6, top 7. Down to the wire, 25 laps to go. Happy Turkey Murray Day Eve. Happy Thanksgiving. What a show virtually here at Five Flags Speedway. Just a sample of what the real deal will be like next week for the 53rd Snowball Derby and the Snowflake 100.
This is what Five Flags Speedway is all about, as McCollum gets in the 4th position. Now has to deal with Sam King, Garrett Maines, and Parker Retzlaff, who is pulling away a little bit from Garrett Maines. Did Garrett Maines use up everything he had left in those tires, or can he set up one last run for Retzlaff? Going to be 21 laps to go at the line this time for Retzlaff in the 42.
By the way, Aunt Kathy says you get in a couple of dozen fights in the grandstands and they never let you live it down. Oh, I guess you know that by experience, Greg.
Well,
20 to go at the line.
I've heard some stories from before my time up here in the Northwest that Aunt Kathy told me. So, yeah, we'll go with that.
Aunt Kathy, I hope you got the cheesecake ready for Thanksgiving, hon. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Road racing. Do what? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Aunt Kathy. Cheesecake. Cheesecake.
For those wondering, Wesley's yelling at our producer right now. You can't hear him, but he's throwing out pie comments. Here we go. Alex McCollum beginning to heat it up for Sam King, and that's a tough break. Producer Wooten, as he buys a pecan pie for Thanksgiving, and he ate it all before Thanksgiving. Tough break. You're gonna have to go buy another one.
You say pecan, I say pecan. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know. I say pecan. I say pecan. Depends on the day. I say Alex McCollum the 3rd in the number 9.
McCollum the King. Oh my goodness!
He's bringing Ron Hart with him. Ron Hart is following him through. He, remember, caught on to McCollum at the tail end of this group and has followed him through. Hart up to 4th now. Crossover by King, trying to get back in the 4th.
And you know, this is exactly what we talked about earlier in the race. And now it's coming down to mano y mano y mano. These 3 drivers, and even throw Hart in the mix. And King, we're seeing Retzlaff, Maines, McCollum with 15 laps to go. 1, 2, and 3, Greg.
Couldn't ask for it to come down any better here on LSR TV. But they got work to do. Maines and McCollum do if they want to catch up to Retzlaff, because there's now 14 laps to go as Retzlaff has opened it up 0.6 of a second over Garrett Maines. Another second back to Alex McCollum. Garrett Maines has to start going right now if he wants to get back to Retzlaff.
And McCollum's got to go down if he wants to run down Maines and Retzlaff. 13, 12 remaining coming up here next time by. There's the last lap speeds right there. Boy, look at how close they are. 18, a 16's 861, a 16, 866.
Retzlaff 1/100th quicker than Retzlaff this time by 8.56 to an 8.48. So Maines trying to reel in Retzlaff. That time by Retzlaff quicker. Parker Retzlaff trying to pull away. Going to be 10 laps to go when we reach the stripe this time. Can Garrett Maines fight back? Does he have anything left in the number 1 Smithfield Ford Fusion to get back up to Retzlaff? He's got to start going now. 10 to go.
Or could Garrett Maines finally met his kryptonite? And that is in the name of Parker Retzlaff in 42.
Retzlaff leading the way. Maines lost ground again. Now 0.7 of a second. Retzlaff just a hair quicker. Maines has to go right now, and I think Retzlaff has got this one if it stays green. Retzlaff just has to try to keep doing what he's doing. Lap traffic is ahead, but I don't think they're going to catch him in time for Maines to be able to do it. I think Maines has used up just a little bit too much, and I think Retzlaff has just enough in the bank if we stay green.
Under 10 laps to go. Gotta wonder, though, could we see that late race caution flag? And if it does, it'll rear its ugly head, and it will make things interesting down the home stretch. There's Robbie Keneally. You're riding on board with him. Behind
the battle.
Yes, behind King.
That's the battle for third going on right now. Looking out of Keneally. Now we're looking back at Brandon Hughes in the number 111, or excuse me, that's Ron Hart in the number 87. Similar paint scheme. Keneally was able to get back around Hart for fifth. Fulton lurking there as well, and Edwards as well in the 72 as the laps continue to click away. Late in the going.
5 to go.
5 to go. Gonna make it 4 this time. Maines is beginning to reel Retzlaff back in little by little. Back down to 0.7 of a second. It was up to about 9. Even. Absolutely even lap times there. The exact same lap time of a 16.931.
And Maines get him into 3 out of 4. 4. Now they get 3 to go with the flag stand. Retzlaff, Maines, McCollum. Here at 5 flags in the 1 and 2.
Maines is faster, but it's not enough, Wesley. Just 3 laps to go, and Maines is just... He's quicker, but not quicker enough to be able to get to Retzlaff. Just a mile left at 5 flags, and Retzlaff just has to click it for 2 more laps.
Parker Retzlaff making his way back straight away into 3. Garrett Maines behind him on this Wednesday night, the eve night before Thanksgiving. White flag goes in the air. The CRN 1 to go. Parker Retzlaff from Rhinelander, Wisconsin. Powelton, Virginia's Garrett Maines finding it out, the best of the best. And on this night before Turkey Day, Parker Retzlaff wins the Outlaw eSports Pensacola 200 here at 5 Flags Speedway. Greg, Garrett Maines, I think he was the quicker car. I just think that the Hourglass ran short on time.
Maines was faster at the end, just not quite enough. Second to Retzlaff here tonight. Alex McCollum comes home third here in this one. Sam King and Robbie Keneally, your top 5. And what a recovery for Robbie Keneally. Sam King as well. They were both caught up in that initial incident early in the race as Retzlaff's going to burn it down here on the front stretch. And he earned it tonight. Got pinned 2 laps down at one point after some bad luck on pit road, and here he is in victory lane. Got the lucky dog with about 50 to go. Worked his way to the front. He got it done. Great job by Parker Retzlaff tonight. He earned it.
And how about our in-race reporter at least ending up just 1 lap down at the checkered flag? He'll finish in 13th. Yes. Unofficial results. OutlawEsports.com for all more information. And the unofficial race results presented by SawBlade.com here at 5 Flags Speedway. Parker Retzlaff gets the win over Garrett Maines. Alex McCollum way back. What a charge. It's supposed to be that battle between those 3 drivers. He'll settle for 3rd. Sam King 4th. Robbie Keneally 5th. Ron Hart, Derek Fulton, Bladen Edwards, Andrew Navarro, Brandon Hughes. All these drivers in the top 10. Hell of a run here tonight, the night before Thanksgiving, Greg.
Final car on the lead lap is Philip Locke in the number 94. Brad Wilson 1 lap down in 12th. Dan Lauder 13th. Lee Morgan and Curtis Critchley your top 15. Billy Gray had those issues. Pete Polini had issues. Dalton Collins, he was up there leading laps early in this one, finishes 18th. Peyton Howell comes home 19th with Brandon Houck your top 20.
And these drivers unable to finish the race, and it includes Cam Davidson in the 17, Blake Neer in the 14, and Tyler DeViziano in the 23rd position. Quick break. When we come back, we will grab a word with Parker Retzlaff, Garrett Maines, Alex McCollum. We'll call it a nightcap. We hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family and loved ones. Coverage, LSR TV and CRN Sports of the Outlaw eSports Super Late Models from Five Flag Speedway when we return. And again, we hope you've enjoyed this special Wednesday night prepared race that was just kind of thrown together at the last minute. The Outlaw eSports Super Late Model Series, Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola. Hey, so I know that if you're planning, I know we've talked with Caden Anderson. I know he's going down to Pensacola and other people. If you can make it down to Five Flag Speedway next week, you better do it. The 53rd Snowball Derby. It should be a good one. I'll be there. But hey, yeah, come find me. LSR TV, CRN Sports, Wesley Outland. I'll be there for the Snowball Derby as well with the broadcast crew. So we're going to talk to our top three finishers, but I know Tim Bryant would like to invite you out there to Five Flag Speedway for the 53rd Snowball Derby and Snowflake Weekend if you can make it. When it's all said and done here, what a job. Came down to three great contenders that had to fight their way back through the pack. And when it's said and done, Parker Retzlaff picks up the win, the man out of Rhinelander, Wisconsin. We'll talk to him in a moment, but first, third place from East Rutherford, New Jersey, Alex McCollum. Alex, man, we've been in too many one of these, but a good run for you tonight. You'll settle for third on the podium. What's your take of this race and having to fight your way back through the field to finish in the third spot?
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. I started 14th. I fell back to last pretty quick. I saved tires pretty hard for the first 50, and then when we got the yellow, I think on lap 40 something, I pitted and then went and tried to get back up to the front as quick as possible. And then I'm not sure what yellow it was, but then me and Parker stayed out, and then the whole strategy thing happened.
Alex, tell us about that fight back after the pit stop under green where you got pinned at 1.2 laps down here in this one. And then it was a fight not just for the race, but it was a fight to get back onto the lead lap. And you did, with just enough time left in that final run to be able to make a charge. And you did get up to third here tonight. So tell us about that last charge after being pinned not one but 2 laps down.
Yeah. I didn't think I was going to get any of my laps back because I felt like we weren't going to get any more yellows, but that didn't happen. We came up third. That's pretty good. But it was a really good race overall, but not a fan of these tight setups. For some reason, I can't drive tight. I like my cars wrecking loose where I'm facing the inside wall. But setup was pretty good. The race was really good.
All right, Alex, before we let you go, bud, what's your favorite thing to eat on Thanksgiving? And when you do that, thank your sponsors.
Gotta go with turkey. But
yes.
I wanna thank 09 Motorsports and congrats to Parker on the win and good job to Garrett on second.
Are you one of those connoisseurs like me that can just eat turkey any time of the holiday and have to be Thanksgiving or Christmas, or do you have to just eat it like one time during the holiday season?
Probably just one time a holiday season.
All right, well, there you go, Alex McCollum. He'll finish in the number 3 position here tonight at Five Flags Speedway. Runner-up, Garrett Maines. Elliott Sadler Esports Ford, number 1 from Powelton, Virginia. Garrett, man, it's kind of different talking to you in this position. Normally, every esports broadcast I announce or cover, you're the winner. Tonight, you're the runner-up. What's your take of this race tonight at Five Flags and finishing in second?
It's basically everybody, all the big names of super late models came out tonight, so it was really cool to be able to race with Parker and Alex and Robbie and everyone else that showed up tonight for the first time or the second time. It was really cool. I kind of figured that Parker was going to be hauling. I haven't really figured out this car with this tire. It's the second race or third race on the big track that I've done with it, and it's just it's a lot different. And this setup was sort of like the gas, you were like chasing the rear, and you just had to be careful on exit, which is kind of typical of this tire and whatever it is. But it's just a weird sensation to get out of the super late. But overall, I mean, tonight we played the strategy right. It just didn't shake out our way. I kind of thought we might win that thing, and then cautions didn't fall our way. So I tried saving pretty hard before when Alex and Parker broke away. I was just trying to play the strategy and see what would come of it. And I think I burned my tires up too much on the first run to be able to do anything in that run. So I was just kind of at a loss, just trying to hold on to third, see what I could get with the extra fuel that I had. And I mean, it worked out as good as I could possibly get it to. Just, it didn't fall my way after that. So I needed a perfect race. Parker all on the mail, so.
Garrett, you led the most laps here tonight at Five Flags Speedway with 88 laps led tonight. It seemed like every time a caution came out, you were right there in the mix. And you mentioned that it was awesome seeing all these drivers come out tonight. And what's it like getting to run with, like you mentioned, some of the best drivers in super late model racing on iRacing? And you're right up there in that list as well, as you're a threat every time you enter any race on iRacing, let alone a super late model, which I dare say I think would be your best car on here. So what's it like being able to race with all these drivers who came down here to the Outlaw eSports 200 tonight and getting the race with so many of the big names on iRacing tonight?
Well, considering I got beat tonight, I'm going to decline the title of, my best car being the super late. I'm gonna say it's the NASCAR cars, and we're just gonna leave it at that.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, though, I spend so much more time in them that if I wasn't good in them by now, it would probably be a problem. But, it's definitely fun to come back to the grassroots stuff. And, the super lates, they're a lot different, but I mean, it's definitely a driver's car, and you really have to drive them. I mean, they might have less horsepower, but there's just so many things about them that make you have to wheel it. So, I mean, it's definitely cool. And, everybody in here, I learned a lot from just watching him practice, and definitely in the race. Like, there's some strategy with the way you save that I'm just not familiar with yet. We'll see for the rest of the season if I can figure it out.
All right, Parker. So we'll talk to him in just a moment. But Garrett, Thanksgiving holiday, what's your favorite food on the dinner table tomorrow night?
I don't know why anybody picked like the main course. I'm pretty sure anything on the dessert menu is much better. But
all right, so what's your favorite dessert?
I'm gonna have to roll with pie on that one.
What's your favorite pie?
Anything chocolate.
Okay, anything chocolate.
I'll roll with
chocolate
that.
Pie. There you go.
I can get behind that.
Well, before we go, I got to thank my sponsors, Smithfield 101 CBD, SimSeat, Strickland Hardy, all the guys at Elliott Sadler Esports. Big shout out to them. Everybody put in so much work this week for the pro race, and to be able to lock out 1, 2, 3 in qualifying, and then to finish inside the top 5 last night in our first real pro start. I don't think Daytona really counts for seeing what your results are going to be, but for the first track on the schedule that really shows, it was really cool to be able to represent last night and really put ourselves in a good position for points, and it's a lot more comfortable than maybe our RTP season was. But big thanks to everybody over there and Richmond Raceway Esports for their support as well.
All right, so that's Garrett Maines. He'll settle for a second tonight here, and he get that chocolate pie ready, Daddy Jason, because he loves that chocolate pie. But anyhow, to victory lane we go. Ron Lander, Wisconsin, home of cheese curds and more. Parker Retzlaff, winner here tonight at Five Flags Speedway number 42. Congratulations, buddy. What a great battle. It's always good catching up with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a fun battle with McCullum and Garrett. And I don't race Garrett that much, but me and McCullum are always going at it. And on like lap 40, everyone pitted, and I stayed out and then pitted a lap after everyone under yellow. So I was behind again after being in the lead. So then I didn't know what was going to happen, and then I just got on the same strategy as McCullum. And then I came down pit road. I had less than a lap of fuel left. I came down pit road and ran out of fuel when the yellow came out. I barely made it into my stall, just coasting. And then I went a lap down there and had to battle for my lap back, and then barely got back on the lead lap to catch Garrett and battle that race out with him.
Parker, you mentioned that you stayed out on pit road one extra lap and then came down as opposed to the rest of the field. We actually noticed you did that twice on the night. Was that part of a strategy coming into the night, or is that kind of just, well, it worked before, let's try it again?
Nah, I mean, the first time I thought everyone was going to stay out with me and everyone pitted, so I knew that I had to come down even if it was going to hurt me a little bit there, instead of being 50 laps less field than everyone else and having to hope for a caution or having to pit under yellow. So I just took my loss right there and pitted a lap after and started in the back again. But then when we pitted under green, I was just trying to get as many laps as I could so I could just take the least amount of fuel.
All right, Parker, so the holidays coming up tomorrow, Thanksgiving, family. What's your favorite thing on the dinner table to eat?
Definitely stuffing.
Yeah, stuffing.
That's my boy right there.
Yeah.
Stuffing for the win.
It ain't no stovetop stuff either. It's got the bread and the hamburger meat, the sausage and all that, right?
Yeah.
There you go. You like cheese curds? You're from Wisconsin?
Yeah, I just got to thank Ponzi, Ecotrax, Iron Horse Loggers, Logwood for Kids, and my parents for all their support on everything I do. Thank you guys for putting all this on.
You totally ignored my question. Are you a fan of cheese curds?
Oh, yeah. I love cheese curds.
We love cheese curds. Yes, we do. Definitely. Hey, Parker, congratulations, buddy. Have a great holiday season, man, and we'll hope to see you at another race sometime soon.
Thank you. You guys too.
There you go. That's Parker Retzlaff. All right. Charles is a fan of pecan pie. Greg, you said you're a fan of
stuffing.
What? You're a fan of stuffing?
Stuffing, and for dessert. Stuffing, and for dessert, you know me, it's got to be
well,
cheesecake.
Charles is a fan of empanadas, it sounds like.
Yeah, but stuffing.
Charles, what are you a fan of? What is your favorite food at the Thanksgiving dinner table? Even though people can't hear you. We can't hear you. Mac and cheese. What? That's so generic, though. I mean... Okay, so it's like a ghetto-fied macaroni and cheese. There you go. And Greg, you said you like what now? Stuffing?
Stuffing, and you know me, dessert's got to be cheesecake.
And Aunt Kathy, it's got to be cheesecake. It's cheesecake for me for dessert. I love cheesecake, and it's secondly probably for food. My dad always makes some damn delicious green bean casserole. Takes homemade green beans, puts in flavoring, spices, mixes in that cream of chicken. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. And then of course he takes that French onion stuff, puts it on the top, and sprinkles it in. Adds some bacon bits. Oh my God, just my mouth is watering just thinking about it at the dinner table tomorrow. So, hey, what is was your favorite Thanksgiving dinner? Put it in the comments below once we sign off. We hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed this put together last minute race for the this Outlaw eSports series. Thanks again, of course, as always, to Derek Fulton and what he does with the series, and everybody else. So, Greg, your final thoughts, buddy? We'll wrap it up and get on out of here and get ready for Happy Turkey Murder Day in less than an hour and 10 minutes.
Boy, not bad for about 3 hours notice that, hey, we've got a super late model race at Pensacola, Florida. It's the Snowball Derby, basically, here tonight. Not too bad, all things considered. And wow, when we saw the entry list and we saw the names on here, we were blown away at what we were about to see. We knew it was going to be a good one. And dare I say, that's one of the better super late model races we've had on LSR TV in the past. We won't be able to close out the season for these guys, but hopefully we can get something going with Outlaw Esports in the future.
Well, it definitely was a fun one for sure. And I was going to say, where's our buddy Dan Lowther? But I think Dan has already packed up and left for the night. So thanks to our in-race reporter, Dan Lowther, as well. So that's going to do it. Hey, God bless you all. Have a great Thanksgiving with your families. Be safe out there. On behalf of everybody at 52 Media, Upper Edge Racing, I didn't forget this time, Charles, LSR TV, CRN Sports, iRacing, for Greg Wrench, Charles Wooten, Turkey Man, I'm Wesley Outland. God bless you all. Thanks for watching tonight. And, hey, we'll be back with more coverage Sunday night. Northwest Tour, Oxford Plains Speedway. Take care. Happy Gobble Day.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.